Maurice Ravel's creative process was defined by an extraordinary, almost legendary perfectionism, a trait that would both distinguish his music and shape the perceptions of those who worked with him. From the earliest stages of his career, it was evident that Ravel's approach to composition was not merely about producing music, it was about constructing sonic worlds with a level of precision, clarity, and detail that bordered on the obsessive. Unlike many composers who wrote prolifically under pressure, responding to commissions, deadlines, or the immediate demands of performance, Ravel treated every composition as a carefully wrought object, a labor of meticulous care in which no detail could be left to chance. He approached harmony, melody, rhythm, and orchestration as interdependent elements, each requiring careful consideration and adjustment until it fulfilled his exacting standards, and he often revisited his works repeatedly, refining, reworking, and polishing them until they met the ideal in his mind. This perfectionism was most evident in his orchestrations, which reveal an unparalleled sensitivity to tone color, balance, and the interaction of instruments. Ravel possessed a rare ability to imagine in sound, to anticipate how a particular chord or line would resonate in space, how a combination of instruments could evoke a precise texture or mood, and how subtle shifts in dynamics could alter the listener's perception of a phrase. He approached orchestral color as a painter approaches a canvas, layering timbres with exquisite care, juxtaposing textures with deliberate intention, and sculpting sound in a way that rendered every phrase luminous, every motif distinct, and every ensemble passage both transparent and richly expressive. From the delicate ripples and sparkling figures in Jeu d'eau, where water seems to dance across the keyboard in shimmering cascades, to the expansive, interwoven textures of Daphnis et Chloe, Ravel's attention to orchestral detail demonstrates a mastery of sound that is simultaneously technical, imaginative, and profoundly sensuous. Ravel's obsession with perfection extended beyond the mechanics of composition to the very philosophy of music making itself. He believed that music should combine technical rigor with emotional subtlety, achieving a unity in which neither structure nor expression was compromised. Each note, each pause, each articulation was subject to his scrutiny, every measure was examined for its contribution to the whole, every interval considered for its resonance, every harmonic progression evaluated for both logic and aesthetic effect. This relentless pursuit of excellence sometimes required years of work on a single piece, as he meticulously adjusted harmonies, textures, and dynamic markings until the composition aligned perfectly with his internal vision. He resisted compromise, refusing to allow expediency, external pressure, or the desire for rapid production to dictate the form of his work, believing instead that true artistry demanded patience, discipline, and unwavering commitment. The consequences of this perfectionism extended into Ravel's personal and professional relationships. Performers, colleagues, and collaborators often found his demands exacting, even exhausting, yet few could deny the results. His insistence on precision, clarity, and subtlety challenged musicians to elevate their own interpretations, and those who engaged fully with his scores were rewarded with music of extraordinary beauty, delicacy, and expressive nuance. In this way, Ravel's meticulousness was not merely an idiosyncrasy or eccentricity. It was an essential component of his artistic identity, inseparable from the very qualities that make his music enduringly compelling. Ravel's perfectionism also manifested in the way he balanced innovation with tradition. He respected the formal structures and aesthetic principles of the classical tradition, yet he approached them with a modern sensibility that sought new colors, textures, and expressive possibilities within these established frameworks. He experimented with harmonic invention, rhythmic subtlety, and tonal color, but always with a disciplined restraint, ensuring that every innovation served the musical and emotional logic of the composition. His works, therefore, achieve a rare equilibrium, technically exact, intellectually rigorous, yet deeply expressive, imbued with poetic nuance, clarity, and elegance that reward repeated listening and study. In many ways, Ravel's perfectionism was both a personal compulsion and a philosophical stance. It reflected his belief in the integrity of art, the necessity of discipline, and the importance of achieving an exacting ideal in which every aspect of a composition contributes to a coherent, luminous whole. It was this uncompromising dedication to craft, this refusal to allow imperfection to persist, that produced a body of work characterized by extraordinary clarity, inventive orchestration, and emotional depth. From intimate piano miniatures to large-scale orchestral works, Ravel's music exemplifies the results of meticulous labor, an unyielding commitment to excellence, and a rare confluence of technical mastery and imaginative vision. Ultimately, Maurice Ravel's perfectionism was not a limitation but a defining strength. It shaped every facet of his creative output, informed his approach to instrumentation, and ensured that his compositions remained precise, elegant, and profoundly expressive. It challenged musicians and listeners alike to recognize the extraordinary care and intelligence embedded in every phrase, motif, and texture. The painstaking attention to detail, the constant refinement, and the extraordinary sensitivity to color, balance, and sound established Ravel not only as one of the most influential composers of the early 20th century but also as a model of artistic integrity, whose works endure as a testament to the power of patience, imagination, and uncompromising dedication to one's craft. In the music of Maurice Ravel, perfectionism becomes an art in itself, a guiding principle that transforms labor into beauty, discipline into poetry, and meticulous attention into transcendent, enduring masterpieces.